Hi and welcome to another video from Alan the Defender, and in this one I'm going to show you the inside of Alan and how it was converted by the Ply Guys. So I showed you the pop top roof in the last video, and you can see here that the Ply Guys, what they do is they actually take your existing roof, so this is the internal roof that pops up inside the main pop top roof, and what they do is they just add some really nice ply lining to it. But there's some really great little features. So up here in the cab, there's plenty of storage and elasticated fixings here just for storing maps. I even put my phone up there sometimes if I'm carrying a couple of phones and it won't go in the mount. One of the other things I decided to do was to get the cubby box from them. Let me just remove this cushion and I'll show you a little bit more of the cubby box. Because I've fitted a diesel heater on the underside of the cubby box, the Ply Guys have done a really great thing and they've added this thinner mat. So, yep, this is the front of the cubby box. And as you can see, a load more storage for drinks, etc. More bungees to hold stuff on the front of it. And obviously a real big space inside. There's a bit of wiring in mine because I put the mud diesel heater box underneath. You can just see the forward grille on that, but it's a good replacement for the existing cubby box. And Ply Guys did this for me. There'd normally be a thicker cushion on here, but they've put a smaller one on, a thinner one for me, just so that it makes it easier to get the gear stick. And when I first saw it, I thought it was going to be difficult to use the gear stick, but as it turns out, it's actually a very convenient height for an armrest. So that's the cubby box. We'll go back into the what would you like to call it, cabin, and have a look around there. Just give you another quick view of just above and the storage bungees that Ply Guys have put in. There's the rear of the cubby box. I've just got one of the leads that I use for putting the dogs in the back here on the harnesses. The controls for the diesel heater are here. You can see it's switched on. If I just press and hold, it will come on. Just takes a little time to warm up, and then we'll hear it actually kick in. I'm very impressed with it. I went for one of the European manufactured ones. There are also Chinese ones around which apparently are very reliable, but the guy that fitted it for me said he would be more confident with one of the European made ones. So Ply Guys do all of their upholstery in Harris Tweed. So I'm just turning this around here, which is a really nice touch. And as you can see, you get a choice of colours, and even each cushion is stitched with the logo for Harris Tweed, which is really nice, and particularly as Alan is Scottish. That's the diesel heater you can hear just kicking in. So let's go over the other side. One of the things I did do was just purchase these LED lights, which are really quite nice. Very simple, as you can see, and also very easy to use. Got a dimmer setting, a nice evening orangey yellow setting, and easily rechargeable by a USB-C lead, which is what they're actually hanging from at the moment. Coming down, what I decided to do was to not have anything that was fixed. So you can see here it's a Cadak 2-burner stove that I've got, which has got a grill as well, or a griddle, so to speak. And I didn't want anything that was actually going to stop us from cooking outside. And I'll show you in a moment why that is. I've also decided not to have, that's the diesel heater that you can hear. So I even decided that we weren't going to have a fixed basin or sink in here as well. That was really on the advice of the Ply Guys, so that there's plenty of space outside, there is space inside, and a collapsible bowl will do just as well. I'm going to see how that goes until we actually get out in this and have our first trip. We won't really know, but a fixed sink takes up an awful lot of space, especially in a small space like the Defender is. So I've decided that we will just go with the collapsible bowl route and also the portable cooker here. Let me just show you how this works. So everything with the Ply Guys is on bungees. I'll just remove this and put it on the seat over here for the moment. And you can see the storage cabinet underneath here. Again, really simple, just secured with a bungee. There's quite a bit of storage underneath. This can be accessed through these as well, just more bungees to hold stuff in. That's a really neat solution for storage and potential a place to cook or a place for putting a laptop or something like that if you are there watching in the evening. Just going further around, what I decided to do again as well is just to put some water supply in and using this Dometic USB pump. So that's fed from a Dometic storage vessel here. Again, it's multi-use because it has a couple of different ways of using it. At the moment, you can see it's just plumbed in. That runs around the back and it's plumbed into this Dometic, as I say, rechargeable tap, which is really quite convenient, but it's on a magnetic base as well. So it can be taken off and moved around. And also this container can be put on its side. And I've not used it yet, but there's a small tap here, which you can see. And so you can pop it on its side. And when I show you the outdoor storage, you can use it as a water container outside without having to come in and use a tap. Go out further, it's quite hard to see in here, but more storage across the top, storage underneath. And then the Ply Guys actually give you an option for a specified space for a power supply. So I've gone along here with the Eco River 2 Pro or Plus, I think it is on Max. Can't remember exactly the model. I've got a 12-volt supply in the Land Rover. I've got a leisure battery with the main battery under the passenger seat. The only thing running on it at the moment is the diesel heater, but I'm going to put in a fuse board and so that we can take 12 volts off that. And we'll probably then see how we're going to use the Land Rover and then put wiring as we require for that. However, at the moment, this is good enough for us. These are cracking. I have one in the house as well for when we have power cuts, which we've just had this morning. And let me just show you. It doesn't seem to be too affected by the cold either. We've been sat out here for quite some time. It's been in the Landy and it's still showing 99%. So a couple of 240 volts, so it's got its own inverter, enough USB sockets and a 12 volt socket here. It can be recharged. There's recharging cables into the rear, and it just needs to go down, and I'll show you where it just sits underneath the floor while it's in transit if you want to recharge it. Let's just switch that off. Underneath, again, more storage, and a lot of this storage as well you can access from the outside when you open the rear passenger doors. So all along this bunk there are pull-outs underneath, which I'll show you in a moment, and then these additional cushions all slide in and you can sleep down below. Now at this time I didn't think that would be that useful, but actually quite often when I'm out walking, climbing, if I'm on my own, there's probably no point putting the pop top up. So this will actually be quite good, and it will trap the heat as well. So I'm just going to show you how this transforms into a day bed. But there's also an option that I have been using to have the forward end as a kind of L-shaped bed, which looks quite nice and is quite convenient, I think, if there's two of you in it. So the cushions are just held down with Velcro. So there's a couple of Velcro pads on each one. You can see them here. And again, very simple, a bungee. And this allows this lower section to pull out. I've fitted some vinyl just onto the floor just to protect it. So that's it all the way out. And then there's another couple of cushions that fit in here quite nicely. Just remember which ones they are. This one and this one. So there you go. And that forms a nice L shape for an evening. So I'll just show you how the rest of the day bed is formed. Quite hard for me to film that, so I'm going to jump out, pull the lower sections out, and then put the cushions on them, and I'll come back to you. So as you can see, that's all the lower sections out, and then we'll just take the extra cushions and slide them in. So there you have it. That's the day bed or lower bed completely made up. And you see, it's actually quite a reasonable space, and I was having lied down on it. It's really comfy. So I think realistically, if I'm on my own, unless it's beautiful weather, I'll probably just sleep down below, and this makes a great space. While I'm here, I'm just going to show you the rear of the Landy. There's a pull-out drawer. This whole drawer comes out, and it's got work surfaces here. These are all removable. Let's try this one, show you this one. Storage space down below. All the dividers are removable, so these can all come out and be moved or taken out so you can store longer stuff. But what you can do is, of course, put the cooker on there. And Hamish from the Ply Guys said that these rails are so strong, you can sit on this, it will take your weight. So it's a really nice feature. Pop that back in. So that's it back in. I'm going to take you around the sides and show you the storage that you can get to underneath, and also how we'll use ours. I fitted Explore glazing windows, and I'll show you on the next video how that works, and you can access the storage from there. But on the side here, at the passenger door, of course, there is still more storage, and there's a very useful part underneath here which goes all the way through. You can't actually see in the darkness, but goes all the way through to the other passenger door. This area here is where I mentioned that the EcoFlow will sit and charge, because you don't want it on too long a lead just coming off the 12 volt. Or what you can do, of course, is wire it in directly. And of course, you could just charge it from solar once solar panels are fitted, and that's something that I intend to do once the roof rack goes on. Again, more storage here that you can access from both sides. So if you're outside and our awning comes round to here, you can get to storage in here. I'll take you around the other side and show you the storage. Again, more storage space here, you can see, and underneath, all accessible from the inside. A really neat job by the Ply Guys, and they've really thought through it. As I mentioned, these all come off on Velcro, and I think maybe at some stage they maybe put a fridge on here and Velcro it in, sorry, not Velcro it in, bungee it in. That may be a good solution to store a small fridge. I'll just put this cushion back, and you can see the daybed from this end. On this side, we've fitted the Explore glazing window as the same as the other side, but with the shelf. And on the next video, I'll show you how that works and how we'll access outside from inside. One of the other features that I really like as well is that all the surrounds have been put in for the windows. That's an option. You don't have to have that, but I went with it. I think it just finishes it off nicely. So many thanks for watching this episode of Alan the Defender. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you found it useful, and we are absolutely thrilled with the Ply Guys fit. And if you want more information, just go down in the description, have a look at the link. And And one more small plea from me: if you like the videos, please subscribe or hit the like button, or do both. It really helps us and it gives me inspiration to make some more. Many thanks for watching, and hopefully see you next time.